Well, I've already talked about one Christmas movie. Let's talk about another one that's coming out on Netflix. Let's do it. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of the new Netflix animated film, That Christmas. This is directed by Simon Otto. So here we have a new film, a new holiday film that's actually written by Richard Curtis. He's written a kid's film, believe it or not, based off his book. This is a movie that tells a story, or an animated film that tells a story of a group of people in a small Europe town on the coast of, whatever bay they live on. And in process of everything, it's about these individuals, it's about these family members who are, in essence, us. They're leading up to Christmas, they're excited. Some have to deal with family members that are constantly away, so they feel very lonely. Some have very religious family members, so they become kind of outgoing and kind of rambunctious. And then we have, groups of people who live together in an apartment style world where they are very loving, they are very caring, but they are very outgoing. And it's just basically a film that is leading up to Christmas. It's leading up to Santa Claus delivering presents. It's leading up to, the storm that is coming where everybody has to prepare for it because it's going to cause chaos and so on and so forth. So in very Richard Curtis tradition, it deals with many people dealing with different scenarios and stuff like that. It's a very human approach to a film that is an animated kids movie in a lot of respects. So with that said, this movie I didn't know much about till I saw it appear on Netflix. I saw the trailer for it. I'm a pretty big fan of Richard Curtis, to be fairly honest. As schmaltzy as Love Actually gets, it's a good holiday movie, to be fairly honest. So I really like what he does and what he's capable of doing. And I didn't know he wrote a storybook, to be fairly honest. He wrote it, and now he's adapting it to a movie. He, of course, brings Bill Nighy with him, who's pretty much everything he does. Fionna Shaw's in this, Jodie Whitaker. But it's a movie that looked like it was going to be very traditional, very by the book. It didn't look like it was going to break new ground. But if you can bring in a entertaining holiday film, a film that will play well during the holidays, that is Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever holiday it is, and it doesn't insult your intelligence, it's not, sophisticated, but just kind of touches upon and kind of has good moments, that's perfectly all right with me. This movie doesn't have to be Oscar worthy. This movie doesn't have to be the greatest movie of the year. I just want to be entertaining. I want to feel a little bit of warm and comfort in my heart, because there's a lot of films that come out during the year that are very downtrodden, that very put you in a specific state of mind. So I love a little light and fluffy when it comes to, the holiday movies in a lot of respects. That's why I like stuff like Christmas Story and Christmas Vacation and, Frosty the Snowman, because they are just warm feeling movies that have good nature to them, the good nature soul. So here we have a movie that's written by Richard Curtis, that is from the studio that wrote or created Ron's Gone Wrong, and it's a holiday movie appearing in the middle of December on Netflix. And so with that said, for my honest review, it's not a great movie. It really isn't. It's not a movie that does anything different. It's very traditional, by the book. It has characters that specifically get to a certain point, who deal with the situations, who deal with characters, who deal with ideologies, and so on and so forth. And it's a movie that really doesn't do anything new and original. But like I said earlier, this is a movie that is very traditional holiday filmmaking, traditional holiday flair. So therefore, I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's a good holiday movie. It's a good one to watch in rotation during the holidays from Thanksgiving to Christmas. And I think for something that is not going to be revolutionary or something out there, it's just a fun, entertaining film. I think the characters look good. I think the way they are portrayed look good. I think the humanistic approach to the characters are really fascinating and fun. The kid whose mother's always gone, so he feels alone, so he finds solace in another character. You have the really rambunctious, doing crazy things out there in the open. You deal, with the family members who are family members who do things. Some are wacky, some are not. It's a very approachable, very humanistic story that doesn't reinvent the wheel. That is the biggest negative, is it just doesn't reinvent the wheel. But that is not a negative in the sense of you can't not enjoy this movie, because it is a fun, entertaining movie for what it's worth. The characters are, like I said, they look good. The animation looks good, but you could tell it's a very lower budget movie. Not a lot put into it when it comes to the style and flair of something big and bombastic, something like Disney does. It is meant for Netflix. It is meant for the audience audiences and the family members to watch something on the weekend, watch something on Christmas. It is very much a traditional Christmas movie. So people have problems. People have to deal with like the nature of Christmas. Santa Claus is narrating this movie, who's voiced by Brian Cox. It's just everything about it, just the way everybody acts, just how everybody's excited. It feels very energetic in that spirit. It feels very emotional in that spirit. There you have a little bit of tears in your eye because you're just enjoying the film for what it's worth. It's just, these are the types of films that Netflix puts out, or Paramount Plus puts out, or, you know, Max puts out, that is there to get subscriptions, but is also at least attempting to be a little more fun and energetic. And, you know, it doesn't mean you have to sit down and go, that was the worst experience in the world. That's not the best experience in the world, but I had fun watching this. It's a good family entertainment film. Unlike something like Red One, which feels very crass and very just not energetic in a lot of respects. And here, it's a very low-key, very just entertaining film. And I had a lot of appreciation for that. And the one thing Richard Curtis is really good at doing is striking a balance between all different types of characters. You know, you look at Love Actually or Notting Hill or anything he's worked on where he's focused on so many different characters, but there's enough balance between all those characters that you never feel like you're missing one or one's not given enough to do. They always have something to do. They're always having to be engaged. You're dealing with the young kids who kind of do a Home Alone scenario, and there's a payoff for that. There's a payoff for the young kid with the mother who's constantly gone. There's a payoff for the two young girls. There's payoff for the lighthouse attendant. It really is a lot better than it should be, to be fairly honest. But once again, it doesn't go any higher than it needs to go, and that's perfectly all right. That's what I enjoyed. That's why I recommend this film. I think it's a very wonderful, very entertaining kids film, as well as something that has a lot of heart to it, has a lot of emotionality, and gives something for the adults, but also maintains that holiday spirit, which is what I'm looking forward to. So if a film like this was a horror film and it came out on Halloween, I would appreciate it. Same thing with Thanksgiving, same thing with Valentine's Day, same thing with 4th of July. It's just a film that really is the epitome of what holiday films should be. So therefore, I recommend that Christmas. I think it's a lot of fun, and I think the voice work is really fun. I think they do a nice job, and it is a film that I recommend. So not going to be a top 10 film of the year, but it's a good holiday kids film, a good holiday family film. So there you go. Anyways, with that said, thank you so much for watching my review of That Christmas. It'll be on Netflix very, very soon. But in the comments below of this review, let me know what your favorite holiday film is, what your favorite film of any holiday. It could be Christmas, Thanksgiving. Just let me know what your favorite holiday film is. Like, for instance, one of mine is Halloween. There you go. But with that said, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see on this video, awesome. Hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome. Hit that like button, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out, guys.